So, when I was 15, I met my ex-husband, and we were like inseparable. It was beautiful. We had the most beautiful first year to be together. And then the second year was interesting. He started backing off a little bit, and then he started breaking up with me. He broke up with me on our 2-year anniversary, right? And I had never had a relationship like this, so I didn't know. And so he broke up with me to sleep with another girl and then came back. And all I wanted was him back, right? My whole life, all I wanted was him. So like my whole life from that point. And so then between 17 to 21, he broke up with me 3 times to go explore and sleep with people and whatever. And it really broke me. But then at 21, he asked me to marry him. And I'm like, gosh, I had already kind of fallen in love with somebody else. I never slept with one person during that time. I just waited for him. Every time he broke up with me, I just waited. And so I'm like, gosh, should I marry him? Or I really like this other guy. What should I do? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to marry him because I didn't want him to suffer his whole life because of what he did as a kid, right? So we got married. So we got married at 22. And then I got my real estate license. And then we had our first baby at 24. And then we have 5 kids now together. And finally, at 40 years old, his mom would always tell me, she would always back him up and protect him and give excuses. And finally, at 40 years old, I literally just walked out the door, but I waited until I was ready to never come back, because he said, if you freaking leave, make sure you're never coming back, because I will never take you back. So I waited until I was really cut off enough to never go back. And then 3 weeks later or so, I'm not sure, maybe between 3 and 6 weeks later, he started coming back to me. And I had done some things during that time that really hurt him, but I didn't mean to hurt him because I was never going back. So I didn't even think about it. I actually thought what I was doing was severing the tie, like officially, like this is done. But anyway, so he was so sweet. And so I went back and we tried, I guess you could say, to work it out for 2 years. And then when he was ready, he was totally abusive, like verbally, emotionally, never physical, but he was very mean to me. And finally, when he was ready to let me go, and I could not accept his version of the story, I'm like, well, no, that's not really what happened. You know, I'm like, I know that's not what happened. And so finally, he let me go. And he met somebody else right away. It was not a cheating situation. He didn't cheat on me. He never even met her in person before we ended it. But he did. He let me go. And then that started, so I moved out, and that started this crazy journey. And then I'm like, oh, well, he met somebody so quickly. Well, certainly I can too, because I was not the abuser, right? I'm a sweet person, you know. So I tried, and then I met somebody online. I was so naive, seriously. And I got scammed for like kind of a lot of money. Not like a huge amount, but in the thousand, like at least 50,000. It was crazy. And I never had that much money, but I had just sold $7 million properties. So I had some money. And so then I got scammed, And I don't even like to give people money ever, unless it's like family who just needs help. I don't just give random people money. It was so weird. It was like part of the journey I had to go through. And then my mom died. My mom had me at 17 years old, and I kind of grew up as like her friend, and I loved her deeply, but she never really let me in, so I really never got to know her super deeply. But so she died. So all of that happened within 1 month in 2022, between May 18th, 2022 to June 22nd, 2022. So then it like crushed me. Everything I believed and knew about life just shattered. And I was so broken. And so, but then so it's been 3 years now, over 3 years. And I mean, this 3 years has been the most transformational, beautiful time in my life, even though in the moment it seems so hard. And I've read so many books, but the one book that really changed everything for me was The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn, written in 1925. And she is such a beautiful human, like literally. So basically, I live my life by these principles that I've picked up throughout the book. So the first thing is like, she says, how to live life is number 1, fearless faith. Having complete faith that everything is going to work out better than you could imagine. And then 2, non-resistance. So not trying to control how things work out, but letting God do that, because we don't know how it's going to happen. We just know that it's going to happen. And so when we try to control it, we basically block off the channels of God, which are magical and amazing. You know, we don't even know, whoever you call God, we don't know how God can work things out. We just have to have fearless faith that it's going to work out, and then not try to control it. And then 3 is love, okay? And so then her next set of principles is, and she doesn't say these all together, it's just throughout the book. So the next set of principles is, if you need to ask God for anything, you speak the word. And God has said in the Bible, which the Bible is a brilliant book, even if you're not going by it in a religious context, the Bible is brilliant. It's amazing. It's basically a roadmap for life. So she says, speak the word and then just wait. And then you'll get a feeling, like a hunch. And she says, follow your hunches. You know, like, oh gosh, I think I should do this or this. You have to learn to listen to those feelings because they are so beautiful. And then dig your ditches. And that goes back to the Bible. And she refers back to the Bible in like multiple times in the book. Like the whole thing is like her referring back to Jesus's words in the Bible, or just the Bible. And so digging your ditches. So there in 2 Kings, these kings went to a prophet, Elijah, and they're like, hey, can you help? We have no water. Our horses are going to die. Our soldiers are going to die. We don't know what to do. And he's like, the Lord says, dig your ditches and the water will be there. And so they dug their ditches when they had you will see no clouds. You will see no rain. But dig your ditches and the water will be there. So they had no proof that anything was going to happen. But they took an act of faith and they dug their ditches and the water was there. And so I live my life by these 6 principles. So I, at one point, started Uber driving because I didn't know what to do for money, like quick money, you know. And Uber driving was interesting. It really didn't give me enough money to like move forward, but it gave me enough to kind of survive. And so I just did it. And I love the people I met while Uber driving. It was amazing. And it was like God was speaking to me through these people in some cases. It was just so beautiful. And so, yeah, so anyways, So now it's 3 years later, and my life has changed so much. It's not perfect. I'm still working on it, but it's been beautiful. Like, I have a place to live, and I have enough money to survive, and it's kind of embarrassing because really I just have somebody helping me, but it's still, I believe God is helping me through this person, right? Oh, sorry. And so, I don't know. It's been just such a beautiful journey. And so during this journey, I've learned so many things. And so when I was 33, I got diagnosed with MS. And I was kind of scared, terrified actually. And I don't know, I just picked up little pieces along the way. And now, like, I have no symptoms. I have no issues with MS. Sometimes if I eat too much bad things, like my face will get numb or something, and that just reminds me to put myself back on track because, I'm like, oh gosh, this is not good. So I just get back on track. So I started these videos to show people that they have actually so much power over their lives. They just don't know. And we're not taught. We're taught wrong. But literally, like, whatever you believe deeply with emotion, like beautiful emotions, you can create in your life. And I've been doing this. And I'm so thankful. And so I'm going to go, but thank you for listening for whatever time you did. And please like and subscribe if you want. And I have no makeup on, and I didn't even take a shower today. I look horrible, but whatever, I don't care. Because I really just like to be true to who I am. So usually I try to look really nice, the best I can, but sometimes it's just me, So anyways, have a great day. Thank you so much.